I'm going to tell you something. I want to talk today about assumable loans. And this is usually the case with VA buyers. VA loans are typically assumable. So a veteran buys a house, they get a great rate, and then later on down the line when they want to sell the home, they can go ahead and pass that rate on to a new VA buyer and allow them to assume the loan balance. So they get a great rate as well. However, there's one piece to this that a lot of people don't realize. When the new buyer comes in to buy that home, they are only able to assume the loan that's currently in place and assume the amount that's owed. But that creates a problem because let's say we had someone buying a house back in 2021 and they were using a VA assumable loan at 3% interest, which is what the rates were back then. They were great. And now in 2025, they want to sell that property. Well, when they bought it in 2021, the property was $500,000. And let's say they've now paid that loan down to $475,000. And now they've put that home on the market for $600,000. And another buyer comes in and wants to assume that 3% rate. Well, that sounds great. And most buyers would jump at that chance. But there's something important to note. When the new buyer comes in, they can only assume the loan that's for $475,000. And there's still a gap now of $125,000 between the current purchase price and what is owed on the loan. And the seller is going to want that money when they leave the closing table. So the buyer who's coming in has to be able to bridge the gap between what's currently owed on the loan and what the current purchase price is. And that is difficult for a lot of people to do. So just be aware that when you're looking into assumable loans, and that interest rate seems super great, also know that you're probably going to have to bring a good chunk of change to the table to be able to bridge the gap between the current purchase price and what the seller owes on the property. Assumable loans are great, but you also have to be able to bridge that gap, and that's usually where the problem comes into play.